Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news. The NFL landscape is buzzing right now, and a significant rumor is making its rounds that could have massive implications for the Steelers and the entire AFC North. Reports suggest that the San Francisco 49ers might be open to trading one of their most valuable assets, offensive tackle Trent Williams, to Pittsburgh. Now I know what you're thinking, Trent Williams. The guy's a Hall of Famer and one of the best linemen in the league. And you're right. At 37 years old, Williams is still performing at an elite level, and his impact on any team he's part of is undeniable. But this isn't just about adding another star. It's about addressing a critical need for the Steelers and potentially reshaping the division in the process. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The 49ers, despite being a powerhouse on paper, have had a bumpy ride this season with injuries on their offensive line. They're sitting at around $20 million under the cap this year, but with some of their key players like Bosa and Ayuk approaching big money contracts, they might need to make some tough decisions. The thought of trading Williams might seem shocking initially, but it makes sense from a strategic standpoint. The 49ers are in a rebuild mode after some recent setbacks, including a disappointing 7-5 record and a series of injuries that have hampered their offensive line. The hope is to get some draft capital for Williams, potentially a first-round pick in 2026, and to focus on building for the future. Now, imagine Trent Williams lining up on the Steelers' offensive line. This would be a game-changer, especially considering the struggles Pittsburgh has faced up front lately. The Steelers' offensive line, which has been ranked among the top 10 by PFF after the game against the Bears, has shown flashes of excellence with a pass efficiency rating of 92.3, ranking third in the league. And there's always a but in football, they've also allowed a pressure rate of 26.4%. That's been a thorn in their side, especially with the quarterback under constant duress. Adding a veteran like Williams, who has allowed 0 sacks in 2023 and boasts a career pass block grade of 88.9 this season, could significantly bolster the protection for quarterback Kenny Pickett and, more importantly, for the franchise quarterback, who's been working tirelessly to lead this team back to greatness. And let's not forget the context here. The Steelers are well aware of how crucial protecting their QB is, especially with the team's current roster around Pickett. His numbers, covering nearly 2.0 yards with a 6.6-yard average, are solid, but he's been under pressure, and that pressure has led to costly sacks. The addition of Williams could help reduce those sacks, potentially by 12%, which would be a massive boost for the Steelers' offensive efficiency. And it's not just about pass protection. Williams is also a top-tier run blocker with a run block grade of 92.6 in 2023. That complements Pittsburgh's offensive philosophy perfectly: ground and pound, control the clock, and keep the defense rested. Now, I know some fans might be worried about the cost. But consider this. The Steelers have been relatively aggressive in recent years to strengthen their offensive line, especially after the struggles seen in previous seasons. The team has shown a willingness to invest in protecting their franchise, and with the current state of the AFC North, where the Baltimore Ravens and Cincinnati Bengals are also making moves, the Steelers can't afford to fall behind. If acquiring Williams means better protection for Pickett, more running lanes for Najee Harris, and a more confident offense overall, then it's an investment worth making. Plus, with the trade deadline approaching on November 4th, 2025, the Steelers will likely be monitoring the situation closely, ready to pounce if the price is right. But what about the impact on the division? Well, if Pittsburgh manages to land Williams, it instantly elevates their offensive line, making them a more formidable opponent for everyone in the AFC North. The Ravens and Bengals have been solid, but the Steelers' revamped protection could push them even further ahead, especially if they can sustain a successful run game and keep Kenny Pickett upright. This move could be the missing piece that propels Pittsburgh back into playoff contention and possibly even deeper into the postseason. It also sets a tone for the rest of the league, showing that the Steelers are willing to do whatever it takes to win, reinforcing their reputation as a team that prioritizes grit, resilience, and strategic moves. Of course, there are some skeptics out there. The 49ers, with their focus on youth and future draft capital, might be hesitant to part ways with Williams, especially when they're trying to rebuild around their young quarterback, Brock Purdy. But the potential reward for Pittsburgh is enormous. If Williams can anchor the line, similar to how Joe Thomas did for the Browns back in 2010, it could pave the way for a Super Bowl run. Pittsburgh has a talented offense, with a solid core of receivers and a promising young quarterback, but what has held them back at times is the protection up front. Bringing in a veteran like Williams could be the catalyst needed to unlock their full potential. Looking at the bigger picture, the AFC North is shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions in the league. The Ravens, Bengals, and now potentially the Steelers with Williams are all looking to dominate. The odds of winning the Super Bowl have been fluctuating for Pittsburgh, initially at plus 15-0, but with the right moves, they could see those odds shrink significantly, maybe even to plus 7-0 or better. The division race is heating up, and with the Steelers making strategic moves, they could turn this season into something special. So what's the real impact of all this speculation? Well, it's simple. If the Steelers can pull off this trade, it sends a loud message to the league. You better watch out because Pittsburgh is back, and they're serious about contending. It's about reinforcing the trenches, protecting their franchise quarterback, and setting the stage for a playoff run that could culminate in a Super Bowl appearance. Pittsburgh has always been a team that prides itself on resilience, and bringing in Trent Williams would be a testament to that mentality. It would be a move that energizes the fan base, boosts the locker room morale, and puts every opponent on notice that the Steelers are ready to take the next step. Now, I know some fans might be cautious, thinking about the cost or the risks involved with such a trade, but sometimes you have to take bold steps to reach greatness. The NFL is a league where the margins are razor-thin, and the difference between a good team and a championship team can be just one or two moves. Pittsburgh has a rich history of making those bold moves when it counts, and this could be one of them. The Steelers are known for their grit and their willingness to do whatever it takes to bring a Super Bowl home, and this potential trade for Trent Williams perfectly encapsulates that mindset. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all this? Do you think the team should go all in and try to land Williams? Would that make them instant contenders? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. This season has the potential to be something special, and with moves like this on the horizon, the future is looking brighter than ever. Keep the faith, Steelers Nation, and let's get ready for what's coming next.